luminous concoction, which is a slight change up. It's funny. I switched over. This is just going to be heirlooms. I'm at the point in the campaign where I'm not particularly worried about heirlooms. I'd rather be making some money. But yes. Oh, hello. All right. So corrupting is annoying, but not that annoying. I'm going to try and shuffle this guy forward, I think. Never lucky. All right, let's start laying in the ghoul. I'm going to Hound's Harry to try and get these guys bleeding. Yeah. Their hit points are low and their prod is high. I feel like I never hit both maggots with Hound's Harry. I swear. Let's see. Get those Iron Swans going. We still have influenza on our occultist. That's something that I should figure out. We have the ability to cure the disease with leeches, so not particularly pressing. Okay, we landed our bleeds that time. So you're dead. You're almost dead. All right. Now we can go to work on our ghoulish friend. Is he like the monster dog walker? Is that your lore? He's just always kind of rolling around doing his own thing. Let's try and get the stun out here. Oh, resisting the stun. Uncouth. I like the monster dog walker. Like, you know, he goes door to door to all the pelagic shamans and he's like, does anyone need their snails to get walked? I want the stun here. This guy is I'm gonna get rid of the maggot. And then yeah, we'll see what we can do. This guy should be, oh. Wow, that's way less bleed than I thought he had. Oh, the skull toss. Oh, all right, he's dead. So we'll get to do a bit of healing up, but I'm not loving the damage that we've taken. This doesn't do anything. Unfortunately, Cry Havoc has a very different... I seem to remember Cry Havoc was a full stress heal in the base game, right? It was like a 2-point stress heal, which is what the Crusaders equivalent is. The other thing is there are 248 of these pages in the dungeon. Yeah, so I do know Hunt Showdown. I liken Hunt Showdown to Escape from Tarkov as being in somewhat the same genre, and I used to play a lot of Escape from Tarkov. I've never picked up Hunt Showdown, but I've watched some people play it. It looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, there's 284 of these pages that add additional lore to the game, and they're kind of fun. So I like to read them when I come across them. So this is Ghoul, A Jester's Tale 2 of 2. Throwing the craniums of lost adventurers, howling a mating call of death. Like some deformed hominid, this bumbling monstrosity is keen on upsetting our tasked schedule with nonsensical mischief. Even so, a well-formed sentence does little to deter the fear that crawls up my spine the moment I see those eyes leering through the darkness. The Maester. Also, page 1 of 1 may have talked about the dog walking habits. It's unclear. But yeah, do you recommend? I assume if you're playing a lot of Hunt Showdown, it's because you're particularly fond of it. What I've seen, I really like. I like the art style. I like the graphics. And I also like the format of that kind of like battle royale. And then you're like exercising, like the tasks are like to go exercise demons. Is that the mechanics of it? That is absolutely my that's absolutely the way that I go about things too. Oh, I kind of hate that. All right, I'm gonna get rid of the shapeshifter, because at the beginning of each turn, the shapeshifter switches up forms, and so it could swap into, yeah, a Pustulant Thrall that would immediately revenge on us. But it's not dead. Okay, let's make sure it is dead. Very violent exorcisms. That's, I mean, you know, that's kind of how they go, right? I would expect nothing less. Oh, didn't quite one off lethal there. Which I don't think he streamed Darkest Dungeon in a very long time, but back when I was first starting to play Darkest Dungeon, Bear Taffy was playing a lot of Darkest Dungeon, and he always used to refer to one-off lethal as Bear Optimal, which I thought was a pretty fantastic way of describing it. All right, you're toasted. I'm gonna start doing some spot healing out back here, so that maybe the occultist doesn't have to, I mean, drop 7 heals, because right, they're gonna be 6-point heals, of course. Let's see, go for the bleed, I guess. Oh, a resurrecting Ursa Crusher. I don't actually know what resurrecting does. That's a very rare one. I'm curious, because I literally don't think I've ever seen that one. So let's check resurrecting really quickly. Oops. Resurrecting. Enemy corpse has the ability to resurrect itself at the start of the next round. The resurrection can only occur once. Huh. A Fallout 4 legendary. I mean, seems likely, yes. Can't imagine it being anything else. All right, let's get to work on this guy. So yeah, so if you kill this, so I kind of got lucky here, but if you kill this guy first and don't clear the corpse, corpses are automatically cleared by crits, which I believe was part of the base game. Then it will come back, which is also a facet of every skeleton corpse by default. So every skeleton corpse, if you don't clear it, will come back as either a base skeleton or the next level up, the veteran skeletons. Yeah, I mean, in this case, all battles end when the last unit dies, so I don't have to let it bleed out. It shouldn't come back. But I will do that just because I want to get the heals in. The greed is real. Let's do this. It's a big heal for the 3 points that I needed it to heal. Let's fish for the crit, I guess. All right, let's see. We're not... Oh, yes. Well, we're going to get a collector fight in. I'm psyched. I'm stoked about that. I'm mostly eyeing our food situation. I don't think I want to go to the end and then backtrack. I think that will... We might... Yeah, especially with that happening, that might prove problematic. Our torch situation looks good. Little nervous about our plague doctor. All right, let's maybe get this guy up to the front. All right, good enough. We should have no problem getting him toasted. But yeah, corpse control in Pitch Black Dungeon is particularly critical. If you're not controlling corpses, you're gonna have a bad time. And so as a result, like, clear corpse. So one thing that I think is particularly interesting as like a strategic aspect, if I'm going to the ruins, I try and make sure that I have a slow character with a corpse clear. And obviously the reason for that, oh, that's annoying. All right, let's get the stun out. The value of having a corpse clear on a slow character is you do all your killing, and then your last character gets the corpse clear before the turn ends, and, you know, you rinse and repeat. No, this is exclusively Pitch Black Dungeon mod. Generally, I have found that the Pitch Black Dungeon mod does not play super well with other mods. Unfortunate unfortunately. Excuse me. I want to cure the bleed before we finish this off. So, all right, good stuff. Now the Hellion can close. Yeah, so because of the large amount of changes that it makes, I don't believe that you can play Pitch Black Dungeon with many other mods. Oh, I take that back. I do have one mod. I have a roster size increase mod. I played the first, I think, 100 and something weeks without the roster size increase. And then I like playing with party compositions, and the roster size makes it really hard to have, like 2 of every class, so that you can, make sure that you're able to try some interesting party comps. So I did eventually cave on that, but only after I'd gotten all the town upgrades regarding roster size. All right, let's get the ceiling spaghetti. Oh, the stress and none of the benefits. I don't like that we're going to take a gargling grab here, but I definitely prefer better to kill one of them, I think. There's the gargling grab. Yeah, I find that while it is very interesting from a game design perspective, it's another resource that you kind of have to be aware of, and mindful of like how you utilize it. But just from a fun of playing, it's they limit things. Oh, hi. That is a killing blow. I would agree. Ooh, Japanese. That's awesome. What variety of Japanese? Like, because I assume you're not talking about sushi. All right, I'm gonna clear corpses here and also stun this guy up. There we go. Like, I am a huge like chicken katsu curry fan. That is one of my all-time favorite Japanese dishes. Oh my, she's taking a beating here. I need to get this sorted. You're stun resistant, so I don't love that. Gonna heal here because I'm hoping for the big heal on the occultist. I didn't want that to. I really didn't want that to kill, so I was slightly careful about that. Okay, we're stabilized enough. As long as this guy doesn't do anything too annoying, we'll be okay. I haven't been to a buffet in a while. That's awesome. That is very cool. Do you mind me asking what part of the world you live in? Are you I'm on the West Coast. I'm in the San Francisco area. Finland. Ooh, very nice. What time is it in Finland right now? Must be late evening? I always get these things confused. Okay, so just past midnight. Got it. Well, that I like your plan. Japanese buffet sounds like it would hit the spot. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. All right, so this should be. That's another thing is you can tell when you're gonna get the journal pages related to mobs by the fact that they have the lore keeping. Have the lore keeping modifier. All right, so Salty Sanctuary, Derision of the Dead. The water in the tide pool seemed clean and undisturbed. Urchins and anemones lined the bottom, oblivious to the eldritch mayhem around them. What puzzled me was the color and consistency of the water in the littoral sanctuary. It was clear, but thicker than any water I had known. Dipping my finger in, it parted and was neither warm nor cold. A small abrasion on my finger stung, and I recoiled instinctively, spinning my finger around to bring the abrasion into view. I noticed the cut's severity had subsided. I was not sure what magical forces these waters contained, but I certainly was not inattentive to its ability. Without constraint, I took out a vial and filled it to the brim with the liquid. We may be in more need of it than the urchins. So these particular journal pages also give you a handle on some of the additional curio interactions, like the tide pool. Flasks of caustic solution generally indicate filling things up. So that's what that was telling us. This is going to be a fight, so let's head this way first. Because I do want to save the collector for last. Oh, so charming is a particularly nasty one. Anytime you see three baddies, you often have a charming dude, and if the charming dude goes, you will be unsurprised by what happens next. I think, just like the Siren, they take one of your friends and ruin your party order and stress everybody out ridiculously. It might have been worth going for the double stun there, even though one of the stuns would have been on a corpse. Okay, we got the dodge, so we're in luck. Ooh, big hit from the occultist. I believe this is also a faceted pitch black dungeon. When you crit, you can receive abilities critting have additional effects. So the occultist, when they crit, I guess the character has a crit effect that sometimes is applied to all of them or sometimes applied to it. Oh yeah, absolutely. That is quite it's quite nice when that happens. But the occultist specifically no longer deals stress damage to the party the turn after they crit, which is quite a nice benefit. It allows you to use things like Eldritch Grasp without having to worry about anything. All right, I need to do a bit of healing here. Oh, okay. I didn't remember it being part of the base game, but good to know. Yeah, they're quite beneficial. Oh, that's another thing that is worth mentioning is basically all heals have a chance. Well, except for the occultist heal, most heals have a chance of curing blight and bleed, but it's a low percentage chance, and it's because the quantity of blights and bleeds is pretty exaggerated in this. Now, I wanted to keep the Lightfoot Liniment so that I could have... you only have a base 50% trap disarm. I was going to use it to get a bit of a stress heal here. I don't think it's worth it anymore. Let's just take the money and run. Yeah, it's funny. The base game I played a long time ago. Oh, a Fallen Defender. Oh, that is a very early stress wave. Humph. Okay, so we're gonna target the Enchantress first. I want to get the damage on both of them. Okay. Should have went for her first. That was a bit of greed, but our Plague Doctor is looking a little rough. Oh, my favorite trinket. In the, I mean, there's so like from a functionality perspective, the I really love the Purifying Crystal. Actually, I feel like it has so many awesome uses, but that's not so much from like a thematic perspective. From a thematic perspective, I like the Ancestral Trinkets a lot. I think the Ancestor's Musket Ball is actually one that I'm particularly fond of. I like the visual design of it. This adds a lot of trinkets though too. I got the Shambler's Eye recently, which is a pretty cool trinket. That one is, I think, 3% crit and 15% accuracy and plus 10% stress damage. So it's a pretty solid one. But there's so many good ones. One that I really love using and use a lot is the Quick Draw Charm, especially on Plague Doctors. I think the Quick Draw Charm is amazing. You get that early speed buff to get off your double stun on stress dealers, and then are good to go. But yeah, there's so many. Oh, that's another. I'll show you the trinkets when we get back to town. There's so many cool trinkets that are added in Pitch Black Dungeon. The Raiders Talisman. I'm trying to picture that one. I don't know that I've ever seen that one. That's part of the base game, I presume. Okay. So Grave Robber is my favorite class. Not that you asked class, but Grave Robber is 100% my favorite class. And the Raiders Talisman. There's like the one that's like the lion head statue. Is that one? It's like a lion head statue on a chain or something like that. Yeah, the gadgets are super cool, and also just like I like the dodgy range type character. I've found Grave Robbers to be really underwhelming in this particular mod pack. Unfortunately, Pitch Black Dungeon does them a little dirty just because, generally speaking, when dodge fails critically and disastrously. A seaworthy cleanse, derisions of the dead. I was under the belief that coral needed water in order to live. Perhaps it was naive of me to assume that common understandings would be the same down here, for it feels like a completely different and inhospitable world. The coral glowed faintly in the alcove, though I decided it best not to touch. Precautionary wisdom concluded that a tonic of resistance poured carefully over the coral would reveal its healing properties. Upon removing the cork and pouring the liquid onto the coral, the glow strengthened and my mind felt immediately at ease. Whatever power allows this coral to grow outside of the water, it is at the very least not as evil as whatever animates the fishes. Yeah, all of the best things. That's actually, I should say, that's one of the things about Pitch Black Dungeon that I don't think I have fully internalized or figured out how it works, is the Grave Robber has stealth. Oh, hi, Shambler Altar. So also, Shamblers are rather significantly overhauled in Pitch Black Dungeon as well, and a torch does not summon the Shambler. You actually need to use a specific interactable item that you need to bring along with you. Let's see. The Energized Stinger, I think, is the most annoying here, so I'm going to start out there. Don't want it stunning someone and ruining my fun. I think shapeshifting is more dangerous initially. Good dodge. Good dodge. Fair optimal there. Yep. Gotta deal with that shapeshifter before it explodes on us, apparently. Should get the kill and toss a bleed on this guy. I expect that will be the last time you get to swing that sword, pelagic monster. Yeah, I think the art on the Grave Robber is also just like top notch. We have tons of shovels. Oh, we could use a shovel on that clam back there too before we skedaddle. Still eyeing our Plague Doctor stress levels. Deadeye's annoying, but as long as we can get the Madman down, famous last words, I think we'll be in good shape. Ooh, I like the idea of that a lot. I think that could be a sweet modified design. Taking 5. I think I can Hound's Harry safely here and get the kill. Yeah, 3 if the bleed lands. Nice. Okay, we got him. And we got him efficiently. That was a bit of a gamble for certain. Let's see. Let's just Let's just get rid of the gladiator next. I'm cognizant of the fact that the bulwark, if he's swinging his sword, he's going to get some crits. Deadeye is a plus 5% chance to crit, I believe, something like that. It's too much. Is all I will say. I think again he's at 8. I think a high roll here gets it, so I'm gonna do that. 6. Yep, we got it. Spreading damage a little bit, but ooh. I feel like I was concentrating there. Yeah, I think in my YouTube thumbnail. Yep, there's those crits I was talking about. In my YouTube thumbnail, I use the grave robber art specifically because I'm such a big fan. All right, let's see. Let's stun this guy up so he's not continuing to crit us so obnoxiously. Gonna do a bit of spot healing here so I don't have to waste an occultist on it. Although I guess getting some blight ticking on him probably would have been wise. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that could be 12 a turn at this point. Oh, occultist, your bizarrely lame heals are my favorite. That might be the kill. Yep, nice. That worked out beautifully. Lots of knots. Derisions of the dead. It is unfortunate that I am unable to trace each odd encounter back to some poor soul whose bones cease to move. The smallest shimmer of wealth can be seen inside the hollow knots of larger trunks we pass. It seems as though someone stashed their belongings in haste, hoping to return later to retrieve their plunder. Fortunate for us, our fool has the eyes of a hawk and the dagger of a varlet. With ease, he is able to pry out the loot, all without breaking meter in his ballad. I could swear he attracts more affection from the ravenous locals than the lyrics are actually worth. Emily. All right, Bowman's Paradise is a ranged increase, but it comes with a decrease in damage. And we know that this is a fight down here because we have not completed the quest yet. And I think I left everything. Oh, that's the other pitch black dungeon change that we hadn't talked about is long dungeons are now 3 camp dungeons. All right, this is not going to be... Actually, can I don't actually know what Coral does when I don't have a medicinal herb to do it. Oh, you get a 66% chance of a heal stress, 33% chance of a, I'll risk it. Wow. 7. That was underwhelming. All right. We got 1 shovel left, which means that for this fight, we should definitely use a dog biscuit. Not for this fight. When I said this fight, I meant the other this fight. I can see how that could be confusing. Battle hardened. Oh, or resistant. Yeah, so it's a nice switch up that they've done a good job making them distinct and important to recognize their distinction. That was a weird way of saying that, but basically, knowing if you are doing ranged versus melee is particularly important. I think in the base game, trinkets are ranged or melee, right? Like that is a meaningful distinction. You're stun resistant, so I'll just whack you. Oh, that works out quite nicely. We'll get a heal. I'm gonna save I'm gonna do a large heal for the Hellion. All right. But yeah, so I'm like, as an example, one thing that's really nice about the Houndmaster is that both of these abilities are ranged abilities, so you don't have to share trinkets between, say, them and a Hellion in front line. Okay, so use a dog biscuit. All right. Early stun. That's like 99% of the time. If I have a Plague Doctor, they're rocking a quick draw charm, and they are absolutely stunning first round. All right, we're gonna... Ceiling Spaghetti might pick it up. Nope. Did not. All right, now I have to Iron Swan to see that. Getting the crit. What is... I always like to check these things. Oops. So it's just an increase in accuracy for one turn when the Hellion crits. Yes, you can. That is an interaction. If you're asking if I will, I probably will. Gonna go for the double stun here. And then that should be the plated maggot dead, and now we just have to work on the pelagic bulwark. Yeah, I have a leftover shovel, so I was planning on feeding the clam a shovel. Sounds weird when I say it like that, but yeah, I was planning to feed the clam a shovel. But I will have a dog treat. I was planning on using the dog treat for the final collector fight that we're gonna do. Very nutritious though, right? Very high in fiber. Those shovels are very high in fiber. All right, ticking at 15. This guy's 2 turns from dead. I'm gonna top everybody off because we're headed into the collector. Yeah, but sawdust sandwiches don't have the delightful texture of shovel, right? All right, he is officially dead. Got last little bit topped up. Just fishing for crits at this point, although the only person that needs it is our extremely stressed... Okay. Our extremely stressed Plague Doctor. All right, let's head back. We'll swing by... we'll swing by here. We're not going to have enough... I'm basically guaranteeing it now. We're going to have a food tick, if not 2 food ticks on the backtrack, so we probably won't get a camp. Which is fine. Sending the Plague Doctor in for stress recovery after this is not a failing. I wish I had brought... no. This party would get decimated by a Shambler. Let's be honest. All right, let's see how it likes the delicious shovel. 700 gold. It's not nothing to write home about, but I won't complain too much. All right, we can fill up our torch now. So here's the last question. So I don't remember if this is a base game thing. I think it is. Oh yeah, okay, actually, so this is not a base game thing. This is another change. The only place you face the collector is when you face the collected outside, find vibrant shards and bring them to here. If you don't have vibrant... I think that's in the base game, but you never face the collector outside of a secret room in Pitch Black Dungeon. Now, if I think I'm going to get... No, I have enough inventory space, so I'm going to use one of the shimmering shards. These are worth 500. The vibrant is worth 750. Hey, friend. All right. Oh, yeah. Get that crit going. 36. Love it. We're just going to lay into him. No, he's not too strong, comparatively. I'm not too worried about the collector. Like, this won't be too bad a fight. I expect. All right, let's see. I kind of want to get rid of one of these collected highwaymen. I think it's too many collected highwaymen. Okay, she didn't get the cure, so I can't be too mad. I'm gonna keep him going though. It is from a blight perspective, certainly. Depends on how strong those actions are, though. That's the dirty little secret. But yeah, he's gonna go down pretty quickly here, I think. Let's see. I don't have Plague Grenade because I like to have Disorienting Blast for the corpse clear. I'm still gonna go for the stun. So he's gonna take. Okay, he's lethaled out. So I'm gonna stun you. Oh, actually, he's not necessarily. If she goes first, that's gonna be. Okay, this is very suboptimal, but I'm gonna do that stun to stun her up so that he doesn't get a heal. And then both the collected Vestal and the collected Man-at-Arms. Yeah, he's not too bad. This party comp was well designed for him too, though, I will say. But yeah, I didn't want her healing, so that was why I did that. Yeah, both the collected Vestal and the collected Man-at-Arms have stress attacks, so I like to take out them first, and now I'll just take some hits from these two guys, who I don't think have been buffed too terribly much in terms of the Vestal buffing them. So, all right, let's do that. All right, and then all we need is a heal here. Yeah, he's not too bad. The Shambler is a different story. The Shambler fight is changed pretty radically. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'll stun here just to avoid getting a nasty crit. That's gonna complicate things. I'm impressed we kept all our food. We're gonna get a full camp at the end of this, which is pretty nice. All right, let's see what we got. Pretty standard loot. Let's see. You do have Unspeakable Commune, so we can skip the... All right. I don't want to... I'm going to risk the... Hold on, I'm going to risk the ambush. Wait, why can't I... You can't switch skills during camping? That's weird. Yeah, I'm going to risk it to try and... take that off. Oh, you have influenza, don't you? So we need to leech as you. There we go. And then you have 27 stress. Can take off most of it, but we're gonna get the party drunk. So yeah, I should have Unspeakable Communed, and then yeah, ordering on this was bad. No, we almost got there. Let's not have a terrible ambush. All right, we get lucky. All right, not a bad first run of the evening. Or afternoon, I should say. Not bad. Picked up a blueprint. No level ups. From beyond. Hindi, don't care. Orlebar, care a little bit. Tullus. Tullus had pretty good skills. But Orlebar's Gift of the Salty, added by Pitch Black Dungeon, I believe. Pretty good. What's our, let's take a... We'll come back to this in a second. I wanna take a look at our roster. None of our good characters came back in the From the Beyond event, which I'm a little sad about. We have a pretty good roster there. What's our Jester situation looking like? Also pretty good, but I do like Jesters. There were plenty of people that that they could have given us back. Yeah, Gift of the Salty and Photomania is pretty good.
He will be laughing still at the end.
All right, let's see. Anything interesting here? No, not really. So, a quick look at the trinkets, Ismo. Yes, it's 72. It's basically just like an unlock. I don't, you know, it certainly is a time sink. I have a lot of people to level up, but yeah, gives me an opportunity to try some party comps, etc. Let's see what our recruits look like. A quick draw sexual deviant Warren's tactician, Houndmaster. Unerring Eldritch Slaying Backtracker. I do like Eldritch Slaying. Ooh. I'm gonna grab Mobek because all of our grave robbers have died, so we're very grave robber short.
Gold gleams like a dagger's point.
We also recently lost a Houndmaster. It increases stress healing in the brothel, I believe. Oh, increased stress healing and decreased chance to go missing from flagellation. There you have it. There's a lot of great additional quirks. I wonder if I can find there's one, Podrick Payne. I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones, but there's a fair number of Game of Thrones references in here as well. I'm not seeing it. But it increases your chance of being given trinkets when you go in for stress healing at the brothel. We don't need another Vestal. She wasn't that great anyways. But yeah, so trinkets have gotten quite the overhaul. So some of this may be in there, but one of the things that's really fun is there's a bunch of tarot cards that have some very interesting effects. The big shows. Hey, stakes were made. Happy Friday. But yeah, some of these are really fascinating trinkets. Like this one essentially radically reduces your stress damage and then spirals out of control if your stress damage starts to go up. Lots of different ones, all of them kind of very funny and interesting. There's also community trinkets. I believe you get these from... I don't actually know where you get the community trinkets. I need to look it up. And the Maester's hat is a reference to Maester Silvio, the creator. And then we've killed a few of the final champion level bosses. We have most of the Ancestors items. The Shrieker has trinkets. Then some of the, the Christmas and holiday event trinkets. And then, oops. Guess I didn't sort by rarity. There we go. There's also like an entire skeleton that you can find, and they are surprisingly potent trinkets. All of them follow the structure of plus a bunch of nice things and then minus those things against unholy. So no effect against unholy, basically. They added a bunch more heads. So while you have, actually, do we not have Dismas's head? Oh, I didn't actually realize that. Huh. I wonder where you get Dismas's head in Pitch Black Dungeon. There's a lot of little things like that that are hard to know. We're making decent progress on our districts, but we need to figure out what is next for us. I'm tempted to do a long dungeon because we have a few ancestral trinkets left to get. And the one that we haven't gotten hasn't shown up in forever, but we don't have the Ancestor's musket ball. Wheel of Fortune. I sometimes I go back and read these. Not many or all of them are particularly useful, but like -10 stress damage received, -10 more in the darkest dungeon, virtue chance, more virtue chance, and then dodge. I could see that, like the -20 stress damage with little downside is pretty pretty substantial. I also want to take down some bosses, though. Ah, there's your favorite trinket, the Rogue's Talisman. I think this is the one that you were referring to. Let me go back and look really quickly. I feel like my brain is mush. Can't find it anymore. Yes, it did. So this is one thing that I mentioned before. The Grave Robber has the ability to stealth themselves, and I haven't figured out how to play a stealth Grave Robber very effectively. So yeah, but this trinket is exceptional. 20% scouting chance, 3 crit and 2 speed is great. Taking the hit on damage and dodge while not stealth is a little rough. So let's see. The Swine God has killed an entire party of mine once. The Hag Witch is like my least favorite fight of all time. Absolutely despise the Hag Witch fight. Yeah, the Grave Robber continues to be the highest percent chance to crit. Very high base crit rate, which is super fun when it works. Maybe we... the Siren is the one that I wanted to fight next. What would a Siren party look like? So the things that I am always particularly worried about with Siren is getting into a situation where the person that is getting charmed is at the front. Oh. What in the what? Sorry for that rather jarring sound effect. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, I know what was going on. I was receiving a call. Why it rang on my computer, I will never know. But yeah, so I tried doing a Siren Fight. Maybe we do another Siren Fight now. Let me see. What would we go for a Siren Fight? I'm tempted to bring... So the Flagellant is particularly bad to bring if you get charmed. But you can force who's going to get charmed pretty effectively. So... But who do we want to get charmed? We don't have any antiquarians anymore. So it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I need to think on this. What is our party for? I mean, we could let the Sirens take our Vestal. That doesn't seem like a great idea. Maybe we let them take a Man-at-Arms? They hit so hard, though. Yeah, this is a tough one. So, okay, let me think about this. We do a Plague Doctor. We do need a healer. I like the idea of going for you, and then see, the problem is I don't know who's getting taken in this case, right? I'm gonna build a debuff strong party for the other 3, but you really like going to the ruins, don't you, Snorlaxer? Hmm. Did that change, Ismail? I thought it still was. I was planning on building a party around that. It's just a chance now. Dang. That's Oh, so this is interesting. At least according to the wiki, because I was just glancing at the wiki here. It says that while it's a 70% chance to succeed, the Siren is prone to targeting the hero with the lowest debuff resistance. So you can at least create some semblance of no. So I think it is the same on the mod. Although it's been a while since I fought the Siren. But I'm trying to decide. I feel like I should just bring a strong party and just go for it. Solid Emptiness was in our last attempt. Maybe this party? Do I like their chances against the Siren? I think it might work out well. Oh yeah, they definitely are. That's for certain. Let's get some upgrades done. Make sure everybody is rocking. I'll just buy it all. Okay. Nothing in here. We already looked at the recruits. Does this party have what it takes to take out the Siren? We got good stuns, so we can stun whoever they take from us. I like the mobility. All right, so let's set this up. Give you that, and then I also like... Oh, we don't need that many of these. We're gonna go Skeleton Bone Knuckle here for the crit chance and also stun chance. Fool card for the extra dodge is pretty good there. Then Purifying Crystal here. We're gonna go with our standard quick draw charm and Blasphemous Vial. And then we get one more here. I don't want the minus max HP. So I'm gonna go with the Eldritch Killing Incense because it won't affect us as much. Actually, now that I think about it, do I want to go with the Ethereal Crucifix here? Oh. Wiki comments. That's perhaps the darkest timeline. All right, we'll go with this.